The question is, home affordability is sustained by good employment and income. What is possible from the city government to enhance employment opportunities?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that can be done, but there are limitations under Arizona state statutes. One of the things that I think was very important was bringing in ASU to town. In our city and many rural towns, we have kind of a chicken and egg situation. What we have is we want to bring in large companies or a manufacturing or maybe a knowledge-based company, but then they don't have the workforce, or we don't have the workforce, or we educate a nice workforce and yet we don't have a company. So because you educate the workforce and they go, well, you don't have a company I can work at, and they go somewhere else. But that doesn't mean that you just simply give up, and we don't. As I said in my opening remarks, we have brought in new companies. Romer Beverage, they had a choice. They decided to come to Lake Havasu City, and they're going to be expanding. We brought in Anderson Toyota, very important. They were going to actually stay in Kingman, and they brought a $3 million annual payroll. Incredibly important. We continue to look for light manufacturing. We continue to look for companies that do have some level of knowledge-based businesses, realizing we don't have engineers on every corner like there was when I was in Silicon Valley. An engineer, if he didn't like Apple, went to Intel. If he didn't like Intel, he went to Oracle or JMD or Symantec, or you kind of get the picture. But here's some things I think we can really do. I'm very excited about the opportunity for a motorsports facility just south of the airport. And it isn't just the facility itself. Yes, that will bring jobs. There'll be some construction jobs, and of course, individuals to run and operate that facility. But what I'm excited about is the cottage industry it will bring along with it. There will be ancillary businesses that locate near that track to help the racers. You're going to see companies such as tire companies. We already had calls about hot weather testing of tires. They said, "Do you have hot weather?" Yeah, I think we do. I think we passed the test. But you're going to see people who manufacture specialty engines, transmissions, bodywork, bringing highly skilled individuals, higher paying jobs to our area, and that will eventually snowball. And frankly, I think what eventually could happen, ASU continues to expand. You bring in a motorsports facility, it creates more business demand for air travel, and maybe we can finally get an airline to come to Lake Havasu City. And we got to do that through business travel. The one-off pleasure trips is not enough for an airline. So I think if we focus on those things, focus on what we have, not what we don't have. And everybody tells me that this is a gearhead town. So let's focus on the gearheads and let's do the right thing and bring in that motorsports facility.
All right, now let's all pull out a rule. Good point. So let's try to keep the applause down. I'm going to go to Dr. Ullery next with the same question. Thank you.
I served 3 terms on the PD Board of Directors, having been here for a quarter century and intensely interested in the economic development and the welfare of the town. You know, you can hear a lot of excuses, like we don't have a railhead, we're not on a major interstate highway, we don't have a big airport with very long runways. But I kind of look at Kingman, it sits on a major railhead, it's on an interstate, and it has a mothballed military airport with a very long runway and a lot of facilities. I don't see them burning up the economic development landscape, certainly not much any better than us, and about the only thing they've got going for them is an effort to centralize and concentrate county government in downtown Kingman as a downtown renovation project using our tax money, of course, in the process. But we share some common problems in this county, not only with the fifth lowest income area of the entire country, which is an embarrassment, but we also have for the entire county a significantly below average level of educational attainment. Until we fix that problem, we are never going to be very competitive in a really tough job market of attracting the kinds of businesses and industries that pay very well. But I'm also impressed with a couple of models I see. And when we were working on the university project in particular, I kind of like Flagstaff and its economy. Got a university, it has tourism, lots of retirees, and a lot of seasonal second home owners. And that university and that economy has done pretty good in attracting some high-tech, very well-paying businesses and industries. Following that flag model, if we can help ASU and MCC grow to a combined campus, combined student enrollment of 6,000 students, we could see an economic impact of $150 million a year. Our tourism-based economy generates only about $170 million a year. I think with a vision and with a plan built around a new industry, that of higher education, and one with an objective of raising up the educational attainment level of our citizenry, we have the potential to double the economic base of our community. Double. That's where I think we need to go.
Thank you. Mr. Becker, what would you do to enhance employment opportunities?
That's a good question. I would say the mayor certainly ought to know the answer, since he's got the job. Good answer from Mr. Ulrich, I think. I especially liked Mark's use of the term ancillary. Sounds good, doesn't it? Ancillary. Out there by the Budweiser distributorship, the only business that you see in the much ballyhooed industrial park. Budweiser, that's not, you know, I like the Clydesdales like anybody, but I'm not surprised that they came here. I did have something to say about that in my closing statement, so I think I'll quickly talk about that right here. We must do more to put storefronts in the many empty retail spaces around town. I mean, are there a lot of them or what? The whole mall, all sorts of empty retail space. That will bring in more jobs and boost the economy. But to do it, we must attract people to move here and make costly investments. How are we going to do that? They're going to expect better amenities, including less expensive, better quality medical, dental, and veterinary care. How many of you have been to the dentist recently? What these guys are up to now? Oh, it'll be $5,000, you know. Oh, we can't pull a tooth, it's against the rules. Yeah. So we got to do something about that situation, don't we? And how about this? Speaking of well-educated people, I think I qualify pretty well there. Never got invited to an interview at MCC. Filled out their lengthy application several times. Never admitted to an interview. Never admitted to an interview at the BLM when I applied to be a wildlife biologist. They deleted my application. You know, these nice online applications that we all fill out when we're looking for employment. They can play all kinds of little games around. The point is, what is the point of providing more jobs if employers keep discriminating against older citizens or better educated ones who they consider overqualified, or who aren't friends, relatives, or members of their club or church. How many know what I'm talking about here? I've heard a number of people complain about discrimination in Lake Havasu City employment for reasons like that. Gee, didn't they ever get the news that it's illegal? Just because we're an isolated community in Arizona doesn't mean we can pull anything we want, right? That's going to help a lot. Get people in jobs who need them. Stop discriminating against people for this reason or that. That's going to help. ASU, buy that property out front of the campus. Wouldn't that be a great place to have some shops, some benches and tables, some student-oriented businesses? Opportunity right there. They're trying to sell that property. I mean, are they just going to move out of that location soon enough? I don't know. But if they want to make that a nicer campus, do that. Have the public come over there and see what's going on over there. How many of you been to ASU? Huh? Okay, a few people. I've never gotten the impression they want me to come on over and check it out. I don't know what's going on.